From the studios of KSBI Television in Oklahoma City, this is Oklahoma's High School Academic Challenge Bowl. Teams from your favorite Oklahoma schools compete for school pride and $50,000 in prize money. Made possible by the Chickasaw Nation, this is Mind Games, the high school edition. With your host, Ed Murray.
Welcome to High School Mind Games here on KSBI. Each week, high school students from around the state compete for money thanks to the Chickasaw Nation and Ward Petroleum. This is a first-round matchup, and to my right, we have Canute High School. And to my left, Timberlake High School. Good luck to both teams. Each team can have 5 members, and so you could see a substitute during the course of the game, but we will introduce the starting 3 for each team. First of all, to my right, for Canute, farthest from me is J.B. Teeter. He is a senior. In the middle is the captain, Joey Anders. He is a senior. Closest to me is Colin McAtee. He is a sophomore. From Timberlake, farthest from me is Stacy Bailey. She is a senior. In the middle is the captain, sophomore Kara Crane. And closest to me is Levi Sanders. He is a senior. Both teams were given the rules of the game ahead of time. For you at home, here's how we play Mind Games.
Here are the rules. There are 2 7-minute rounds of toss-up and bonus questions with a flash round in the middle. In the first round, players earn 20 points per toss-up and 10 for each bonus question. The points double in the third round. Each team could win an extra $250 and 20 points for answering the Ward Petroleum Oklahoma History Center question. If a player interrupts a question and gives a wrong answer, the other team receives 10 points. Test your knowledge at home as we play Mind Games.
The first round is 7 minutes or 18 questions, whichever comes first. Canute, are you ready? Timberlake, are you ready? 7 minutes on the clock. Our first toss-up is literature. His The Slave in the Dismal Swamp vividly contrasts the songs of liberty in nature with the hunted, doomed slave. This poet also translated the Divine Comedy and wrote Evangeline. Timberlake, Levi.
Dante.
That's incorrect. Canute, I have finished the question. Longfellow, the poet we were looking for. Science toss-up, both teams. Joy Louise Brown, born in Lancashire, England in 1978, was the first child born using this method. Timberlake, Kara.
Cesarean.
That's incorrect. Canute, I have finished the question. Joey.
In vitro fertilization.
That is correct. Science bonus question. In the medical field, what does EEG stand for? I need an answer.
Earth elements and grass.
That's close because it's a big old long word. Electroencephalogram. That's what it stands for. That was a mouthful. It even hurt saying it. Fine arts, toss-up. Here we go. It was the last of Botticelli's mythological paintings, and it is his most parodied work. Name this image of a woman on the half shell. Timberlake, Kara.
The Birth of Venus.
That is correct. Fine arts bonus question now. In the ancient sculpture Laocoon and his sons, what sort of animal are the human figures wrestling with?
Lion.
They're wrestling with snakes or sea serpents. History, but this is a toss-up, both teams. There is an image, so take a look at the big screen here on the studio. Name the volcano in the background of this picture. It erupted in 79 A.D., burying the city you see in the foreground, along with Herculaneum. Timberlake, Kara.
Vesuvius.
Vesuvius is the volcano. History bonus question now. The Treaty of Cordoba was between Spain and what formerly Spanish territory?
Portugal.
It was Mexico. Geography, toss-up question. This term comes from the Greek words for paper and to write. Distinguished practitioners of this art include Abraham Ortelius and Americo Vespucci. Name this practice of map making. It's Canute, Joey.
Cartography.
Cartography, correct. Geography bonus now for Canute. What pair of contiguous states were the 39th and 40th to enter the Union? I need an answer.
Colorado and New Mexico.
It was North and South Dakota on top of each other there. There's a toss-up now, both teams. Pop culture is our topic. On opening day 2012, he was the oldest active player in the NFL. His 20 seasons with Detroit is an NFL record for time with one team, and he stands alone in kicking 50 50-yard plus field goals? Not on anyone's fantasy team, huh? Jason Hansen is the kicker for the Lions. Toss-up question, literature. Emerson wrote a poem about this mythological creature, describing her as brooding with furled wings. Name this creature, whose most famous Egyptian statue has lost its nose. Timberlake, Kara.
Sphinx.
Sphinx, correct. Literature bonus. In the end of this Kate Chopin story, Edna Pontellier swims out to sea. You have an answer? The Awakening is the work we were looking for. Science toss-up, both teams. This University of Chicago meteorologist, using damage reports from tornadoes, developed a scale to estimate tornado speeds. He put the F in the F5 tornado. Timberlake, Levi.
Fujita.
Fujita, that is correct. Science bonus now for Timberlake. On this wind speed scale, named for a British admiral, 4 to 5 is a typical Oklahoma day, 8 to 9 is a gale, and 12 is a minimal hurricane or an F1 tornado. I need an answer. Beaufort is the name of that scale. Current events, toss-up question. The audience at the Republican National Convention tried to convince this actor to include the phrase, "Make my day," in his speech. Timberlake, Levi.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood is correct. Current events bonus now. The makers of this morning sickness drug that caused birth defects recently issued an apology to victims.
Planned Parenthood.
No, it's in a Billy Joel song, "We Didn't Start the Fire." Thalidomide is the name of the drug. And that sound means it's time for our Oklahoma History Center question, sponsored by Ward Petroleum. Each team will be given one question on Oklahoma history, chance for bonus points and bonus cash, thanks to Ward Petroleum. We always start with the team to my right, so Canute, you'll go first. You can talk to each other before giving an answer, Captain. The smallest of these is 15 acres, and the largest is 12,496 acres. Hochatown, Little Sahara, Washashi, Roman Nose, and Robbers Cave are just a few of the 35 of these locations in Oklahoma.
State Parks.
State Parks is correct. You get the cash and the points. All right, Timberlake, here is your Oklahoma history question. The largest has a cubic feet per second rate of 39,260. The smallest, only 118. Identify the geographic features that are the following: Muddy Boggy, Beaver, Neosho, Verdigris, Cimarron, and Salt Fork.
River.
They are rivers. You get the bonus cash and points as well. Very good. Humanities, toss-up, both teams. This amendment to the Constitution guarantees that rights not explicitly assigned to the federal government fall to the states. Timberlake, Levi.
The 10th Amendment.
10th Amendment is correct. Humanities bonus now. What translation of the Bible was completed in 1611? I need an answer.
English.
It was the King James Version. Here's literature toss-up. The narrator watches bursts of light from Dr. Ogilvy's observatory before the Martians arrive in this early science fiction story by H.G. Wells. Timberlake, Kara.
War of the Worlds.
That is correct. Literature bonus. Dora Spinlow is a character in what semi-autobiographical Charles Dickens novel?
Great Expectations.
I Became a Magician. David Copperfield is the name of that book. That's the bell ending first round, and Timberlake has the early lead, 160. Canute with 60, but the flash round is coming up where the scores change very quickly. Stay with us. Quickly, we have a new player for Canute. Farthest from me is Amanda Higgins. She is a sophomore. In the flash round, the team in the lead goes first. That will be Timberlake. 60 seconds, 15 questions, whichever comes first. You ready to go? 60 seconds on the clock. And go. The feathers on an arrow are called fletchings.
True.
Correct. A vitamin B1 deficiency can lead to beriberi.
False.
Incorrect. The Council of Trent lasted 18 years.
True.
Correct. Anne Ratcliffe wrote The Italian.
False.
Incorrect. Kenneth Galbraith wrote The Affluent Society.
False.
Incorrect. Madagascar is bigger than New Guinea.
False.
Correct. Louis the Lilac and Zelda the Great were Batman villains.
False.
Incorrect. Rembrandt was a Greek painter.
True.
Incorrect. William the Conqueror ruled in the 14th century.
True.
Incorrect. The Threepenny Opera was completed in 1854.
False.
Correct. T.S. Eliot wrote the 8 quartets.
False.
Correct. Dyspepsia is indigestion.
True.
Correct. Austin, Texas is in Travis County.
False.
Incorrect. Mark, we will not have time for that question. While we tally the score, we like to correct our false statements. Madagascar is not bigger than New Guinea. Louis the Lilac and Zelda the Great actually were in the TV show Batman. Louis the Lilac was Milton Berle. They were villains. Rembrandt was a Dutch painter, not a Greek. William the Conqueror was in the 11th century. The Threepenny Opera was completed in 1928, and T.S. Eliot wrote 4 quartets, not 8 quartets. And 10 points for each correct answer. Timberlake, you're up to 220 points. Way to go. All right, Canute, that's how it works. You ready to go?
We're ready.
60 seconds on the clock. Go. Mount Everest is more than 40,000 feet high.
False.
Correct. Carolus Linnaeus developed a system of nomenclature.
True.
Correct. Talleyrand was involved in the XYZ affair.
False.
Incorrect. Louis L'Amour's middle name was Dearborn.
True.
Correct. Chamber of Secrets is the 3rd Harry Potter book.
False.
Correct. The Mariana Trench is in the Atlantic Ocean.
False.
Correct. Lee, L-I, and Low, L-O, are legal words in Scrabble.
True.
Correct. Frank Lloyd Wright designed the Seagram Building.
True.
Incorrect. The Peace of Vereeniging ended the 30 Years' War.
False.
Correct. Falstaff appears in works by Shakespeare and Verdi.
True.
Correct. Silas Marner was a weaver.
False.
Incorrect. Bronze is a mixture of silver and gold.
False.
Correct. The Elgin marbles are a set of law tablets.
True.
That's incorrect. We'll correct our false statements. Mount Everest is only 29,000 feet, not 40,000. Chamber of Secrets was the 2nd Harry Potter book. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean, not the Atlantic. Van der Rohe, not Wright, did the Seagram's Building. And the Peace of Vereeniging, if I said that right, a Dutch city, ended the Boer War, not the 30 Years' War. And bronze is a mixture of copper and tin. And the Elgin marbles are Greek sculptures, not law tablets. So 10 points for each correct answer. Canute, you're up to 150 points. So we still have a good match here because in the 3rd round, points for correct answers, both in the toss-up and the bonus, double in score. The score can change very quickly. We're off to an exciting start. It will be an exciting finish here on Mind Games High School Edition. Don't forget, the College Edition comes on before us 6 o'clock Sunday nights here on KSBI. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mind Games High School Edition. This round 1 matchup still anyone's game. Timberlake will take the lead into the 3rd round, 220 to Canute's 150. We do have a new player for Timberlake. Farthest from me is April Birchfield. She is a freshman. 7 minutes, 18 questions here in the 3rd round. Points double. Canute, you ready? Timberlake, you ready? Here we go. Toss up. 7 minutes. Go. This is history. The mnemonic, "Can Queen Victoria eat cold apple pie?" can help you to remember these geological features in Italy. Give the collective name of the Capitoline, Quirinal, Palatine, and 4 more. Those are the 7 hills of Rome. Science. This eccentricity of this curve is greater than 1. 2 intersecting lines of opposite slopes is a degenerate one of these curves. The equation y equals 1 over x produces one of these curves. I'm with you on that one, folks. Hyperbola was what we were going for there. Geography. It adopted petrified wood as its state gem, called the Evergreen State and the Chinook State. Name this northwesternmost state of the contiguous U.S. Canute, Colin.
Washington.
Washington is correct. Your geography bonus question. What country has a blue and red yin-yang in the center of its flag?
Japan.
It's South Korea, right? Part of the world there. Pop culture, toss-up, both teams. The lockout of these employees may have been forced to end due to a controversial Timberlake. Levi.
Referees.
Due to a controversial touchdown in the Seattle-Green Bay game. NFL referees, you're correct. Pop culture bonus. This Italian auto group includes Ferrari, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge. You don't have to buzz in. This is
I'm
you can
sorry.
talk to each other.
Fiat.
Fiat is correct answer. Toss-up question, fine arts. Henri Matisse was a leader of this art movement, which used bright colors and whose name comes from the French for wild beasts. Fauvism is that type of painting. Literature, toss-up question. In the 1770s, he became an engraver's apprentice. Later, he married Catherine Boucher and wrote The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Name this poet who asked, "Little lamb, who made thee?" Timberlake, Kara.
Dante.
That's incorrect. Canute, Joey.
Hemingway.
It was Blake, William Blake. Science. This global elevation standard is treated as the floor of the atmosphere, where the pressure is defined as 29.92. Canute, Colin.
Sea level.
Inches of mercury, sea level is the correct answer. Science bonus now. Since 1880, mean sea level at 23 stable tide gauge sites worldwide has risen on average of 8 inches. To what phenomena is this attributed?
Global warming.
That is correct. Current events, toss-up question. The president of this country addressed the UN in a speech boycotted by the United States. In the speech, which fell on Yom Kippur, Ahmadinejad called Israel a fake country. Name this nation. Canute, Joey.
Egypt.
That is incorrect. Timberlake, I have finished the question. He's the president of Iran. Humanities, toss-up question. A politician who wins a lower office based on the popularity of another of the same party winning a higher office is said to be, quote, writing these parts of his colleague's wardrobe. Timberlake, Kara.
Coattails.
Coattails is correct. Humanities bonus. Despite the name, during this economic condition, there are workers whose skills mismatch employer wants, so the unemployment rate is never actually zero. I need an answer.
I don't know.
That economic term is full employment, so it's never really full. History, toss-up question. This figure from U.S. history is remembered for his statement, quote, "I had rather be right than be president." Identify this Kentucky congressman who was Secretary of State under John Quincy Adams. Canute, Joey.
Calhoun.
That's incorrect. Timberlake, I have finished the question. Henry Clay was that congressman. Current events, toss-up question. 7 people were detained in this country while participating in a protest because they were wearing balaclavas, little veils. Name this European country that banned wearing such veils in public under Sarkozy. Canute, Colin.
France.
France is the right answer. You want to go for the veils there? Balaclavas. Current events bonus. The Walker Art Center in what northern state recently held a film festival for internet cat videos?
New York.
It was Minnesota. Colin found that one interesting. Literature, toss-up question. Hidden, released in October 2012, is the latest book in what PC Cast young adult series about a boarding... Timberlake, Kara.
House of Night.
About a boarding school of vampires in Tulsa, House of Nights. Literature bonus. This horror writer just released Odd Apocalypse, part of his Odd series.
Stephen King.
It was Kuntz, Dean Kuntz. Science, toss-up. This lazy element is nearly 1% of our atmosphere. Its 40 isotope is more common around planetary bodies, while its 36 isotope is more common throughout the universe. Its symbol is AR. Canute, Colin.
Argon.
Argon is correct. Your science bonus. This phylum contains invertebrates with a segmented body in jointed appendages, such as crustaceans and insects? Need an answer.
Insectae?
Yeah, Arthropoda is the phylum. Fine arts. We have a picture, so take a look at the big screen here in the studio. Give the name of this Henri Rousseau painting. Canute, Joey.
The Bull in the Carriage?
That's incorrect. Timberlake, want to take a shot at it? It's a sleeping gypsy. History, toss up. He was born Lev Davidovich Bronstein in 1879. What leader of the Red Army was killed by Raymond Mercader in 1940? Trotsky, Leon Trotsky. That's the bell ending our match, and what a match we had. It came down to that final question. Timberlake is the winner, 360, Canute 330, but everyone leaves Mind Games a winner. Well, I think we both got the bonus question, so there's going to be some big cash to give out when we come back. A great first round match. It did come down to the final question, and Timberlake pulls out the victory, 360 to Canute High School's 330. But here on Mind Games, everyone goes home a big winner thanks to the Chickasaw Nation and Ward Petroleum. Take a look at these numbers. $1,000 today alone. Timberlake, $550, and you have a chance for more as you'll come back as the winner to take on another opponent later on down the line. And Canute, $450. You got that bonus question, the history bonus question. We hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope you enjoy that money. Thank you for joining us here on Mind Games on KSBI. I hope to see you next week.
Mind Games is a production of KSBI Television in Oklahoma City, made possible by the Chickasaw Nation.